Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to the channel iRumors. Today is yet another video in our self-repair series. So first of all, I want to say I really hope that this self-repair video is helping all of you. My self-repair series is currently quite consistent nowadays. Last time self-repair used to be once in a while, but now it's more frequent. Last time I used to do just tear downs, and now we are slowly moving on to self-repair, a progress that I made, trying to do it in the most basic way possible. Today's video is going to be step-by-step guide on how you can replace the speaker on your Samsung Galaxy A7 2017. Yep, there's a few A7s and this is the A7 2017 version. I'm not sure how many of you are using this. Take a look at this repair video. So without further ado, let's get started right into the repair. So for this repair, of course we need the phone. Other than that, we will be needing our toolkit, which contains the magnetic pad and everything else, and we'll be needing the suction cup, and last but not the least, hot air gun. This is to soften the adhesive. The screw pad at the top left hand corner, and we're going to take out a few picks. Now the first step in removing the back glass is you're going to heat up the back glass. As usual, that's a decent amount of heat. Let's take off suction cup, put it beneath and try to remove it. Okay, there we go. This was kind of easy. It was actually much easier. Now all you got to do is to just slide the back glass open. It is actually very easy to open. I think the adhesive just wasn't that strong, so I think just a bit of heat just did the job well. There we go. That was easy. I didn't even have to use more than one pick. That itself is an achievement on its own. Back glass has been opened. That's just a lot of residue, and let's just remove it, and there we go. The back glass has been removed. Okay, now with the back glass removed, to replace the speakers, we got to remove all these screws that we have on top of this back plate and this wireless charger. Because this wireless charger and this back plate is actually connected, and this is where the speaker lies. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we got to remove all 11 screws in order to us to open this back cover. So let's quickly open that. We've got all the screws for the back cover removed. All we got to do is just lift it up, and to lift it up, let's just use some spudger. Okay, there we go. We've got the back cover slightly removed. Oh, there's two parts to this. We're going to remove the top part plastic right over here, remove it, and then we have another small part which is the one that's connecting the wireless charger, and there we go, the entire plate including the wireless charger and the speaker module. Now with everything removed, now we're going to be removing the battery. The first thing we're going to do is to just unplug the battery right over here. Okay, battery connector unplugged. And the next thing I always recommend everyone to do is to loosen the adhesive on the battery. So how are we going to do it? Is by spraying alcohol. So there we go, spraying some alcohol. And now since you have sprayed some alcohol, just put the spudger. I would not recommend you to use a small thin one because they might break. Just take a thick one. Don't make my old mistake of puncturing the battery. Push it all the way in and just lift the battery up. This adhesive is kind of strong, so I'm going to be putting a small pick in. That's a pretty strong adhesive. What am I going to do? Alcohol. Now I'm just going to try to pry it out. No matter how much alcohol I put, it's still not coming out. Okay, not the ideal way I would recommend anyone to remove a battery, but I really have no other choice because the adhesive is just so strong. Whoa, that was difficult. The adhesive was really strong at the sides. I'll definitely not recommend anyone to do this kind of battery replacement. You really risk starting a fire, so that is something you might definitely not want to do. If you don't have a choice, then there's no other way but to use it, because alcohol really didn't work for this. I put a bit, it did work at the bottom, but the sides you definitely cannot reach with the alcohol. So yeah, sometimes you got to do that prying, but definitely highly not recommended. Now with the old battery removed, all you got to do is take the new battery. For me, I'm just going to be using the old battery. Take the new battery, put it on top and plug the connector back in. With the battery connector plugged in, the next thing you want to do is to turn your phone around, just charge it for a while. Take a charger, you plug the USB-C in, see if it's charging. If it turns on, you cannot deem your repair successful just yet, because we got to glue it and we got to put the adhesive, and then we got to put the wireless charger and everything back. So let's quickly do that. So turn the phone around, slowly lift up your new battery. Take your adhesive and then just lift it up. You don't have to, just make sure the connector doesn't gets broken. Lift it up, take some glue, put it at the aluminum frame, just as the frame will do. Don't put it at the screen. just put it this side at the frames. Just put a bit and not too much, just so that it doesn't overflow into other parts. So once that's done, just place it slightly down. Now, and once that's done, next thing you're going to do is to screw up this wireless charger and the speaker module together. You want to take your phone and slowly press it back in place. And once that's done, take the top cover and just slide it in. Just slide the top cover back in, press it in place. You can definitely hear the clicks. And now what you might want to do is put all the screws back together. Take a wireless charger, slap it at the back, check if the phone is charging. Okay, you cannot immediately deem a repair successful because you got to check it with the back glass again. With the glass put together, the last thing you want to do is take your wireless charger, slap it at the back and check the wireless charging one last time. Once the wireless charger is working, the next thing you want to do is to take all the screws and screw them back onto the phone. Now the screws boot back into place. The last thing we're going to do is to stick the back glass back into the phone. I forgot to mention one important component that we need, which is the B7000 glue. I forgot to mention that. All we got to do is to just scrape off all this excessive glue that we have. It's always nice if you have some alcohol, just a bit of alcohol. There you can see the alcohol just did its magic. After you have scraped out all your old glue, what you got to do is take your back glass and take your glue. For me, I always recommend the B7000, but if you don't have it, if you want to get a pre-cut, I'm not sure if pre-cut adhesive is made for the A series because they're not really that popular. So if it's made, then you can use the pre-cut. If not, just use the, take it, apply it and right at the corners of the display will do. And once you have applied, take your new back glass. I always like to do it from the top, align it, and once it's aligned, just place it down. Place it down, press it in place, and once you have done that, immediately without wasting time, take a book or take something heavy, place it on top for weight, because you want to make sure the adhesive just sets in place. We need something heavy, just place it on top, let it set for a while.
15 minutes later.
Let's remove the book that we put for the weight. After that's removed, we can take a look at the back glass, and there you can see it's fully seated properly in place. And once you're sure that the back glass is seated properly in place, all you might want to do is take a wireless charger, slap it at the back and check if it's charging. And if the wireless charger is charging, plug in a USB-C cable to the phone and check if it's charging. Once you're sure that both is charging, you can for sure deem your repair successful. So that is the battery replacement on the Samsung Galaxy A7 2017. I did something that I always say do not do in all the battery replacement, and that is force the battery to puncture the battery out. I didn't puncture the battery, but I had to just curve the battery out because the adhesive was just so strong. I really couldn't. I used all my picks, I used alcohol and none of it worked. Really had to pry the battery out. So do not do it. And also when I pry the battery out, the battery getting slightly hot and it was a bit concerning for me. It's only a matter of seconds till it blows up and starts a fire hazard. That's something you don't want to do. So just be careful on that. So with that, I would think I'll rate this repair a 5 out of 10. If yours is having a original battery like mine, then definitely do need a lot of prying, but just try to get it done quickly before the battery starts to bloat. And I hope you don't puncture the battery. So yep, that's actually been it for this battery replacement on the Samsung Galaxy A7 2017. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click the like button, don't forget to get subscribed, because every single subscription and every single like and comment really do mean a lot to me. I would really appreciate if you could just give that to me. It will be a huge motivation to continue pushing harder and working harder to make better content for all of you to watch. With that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch all of you in the next one. Bye bye.